What's up YouTube? I'm Justin. Today we're going to be working on the 2014 E550. We're going to be doing the replacement of the front shocks and struts. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Let's dive right in. Alright YouTube, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get the car up in the air. You want to make sure that you got your parking brake on. You want to make sure you got some rear chucks, something to keep the car from rolling back. We're going to be lifting up the front of the car. The front of this car does have a jack point in the front, so we'll be utilizing that with the jack here. And then we're going to be using jack stands to keep the car safe from falling over while we work on it. Once we get the car in the air, we'll go ahead and continue the video from there. Alright, so before we get the car in the air, we're actually going to first loosen up the bolts on the wheels. We're going to do that just to make it easier on ourselves so we don't have to hold the brake while the car is in the air to get them off. And so we're going to go ahead and remove these. Not remove them, but just loosen them. Just break them loose so that when the car is in the air, they're easy to remove. Alright, so we got the car in the air. We're going to be removing a couple bolts here. We got one right here at the top. We got one right underneath it, and then we got one back here. And then we're going to need to take off also this stuff up here, so we can go ahead and get this sway bar link disconnected so that we can go ahead and move this strut down after we remove these three here, and that's it. Alright YouTube, so we ended up having to take this knuckle out that goes right here. That was pretty painful. It was blocking the bottom bolt here that's still in place. We're going to take that out right now in just a second. This top bolt came out pretty easy. It wasn't too difficult. We had to disconnect the sway bar link right here. We had to disconnect the plastic piece here so the brake lines don't get hit on the way out. And this is part of the bracket as well. Now, one thing I'd highly recommend, guys, we tried to do this with just only hand tools, and it's not possible. So we ended up having to get the snap-on impact wrench so that we could break these bolts loose. They would not break loose with by hand. So that's one thing to think about if you're going to do this job. If you have just hand tools, I don't think you're going to be able to do it by yourself. But yeah, so we got the knuckle out. We'll be able to slide this piece out in just a minute. We just got to remove these three bolts here, and then that's pretty much it. All right, YouTube, so we got the whole shock and strut out now. As you can see, it just took those three bolts at the top. This is the whole assembly here, and we got the kit from FCP Euro, so it comes with the actual shock itself. It comes with the top mounting piece. We will have to move this stuff in the middle over, and it does come with new hardware as well, like new bolts and stuff. That's kit from FCP Euro. So we're gonna get the spring compressor. We got the one from Harbor Freight. We're gonna compress the spring, and then we'll show you after what it looks like with the spring compressed. You cannot do this job without a spring compressor. So if you don't own one, you gotta buy one. If you don't want to buy one, you can rent one from Advanced Auto Parts. But they're like 40-50 bucks to buy one, and we're probably gonna use it again in the future. So we're just gonna go ahead and keep it. All right, YouTube, so we did get the spring compressors on, and we do have the spring compressed right now. We had an issue with breaking this top bolt right here. The only way that we were able to break it was by putting the strut back in the car to hold it in place so that we could pop it. This center piece right now in the middle, you think it moves. It does not move. It's completely stationary. You only need to worry about this bolt. So we were trying to break this loose and then this, and we couldn't get it. So just make sure you're just breaking the center bolt. It's a 13/16 is what we're using, and it needs to be, the spring needs to be compressed, and the strut needs to be in the car to break it loose. So just remember that. All right, YouTube, so we got everything moved over finally. It's a pain in the butt. As you can see, we got the spring seated right. We got the middle piece. It was pretty difficult to get lined up. And again, messing with the springs and the tension is very dangerous, guys. So make sure you're taking your time. Make sure you're being safe. So now what the game plan is, we're going to take this piece in. We're going to line it up with up here at the top, get these couple bolts in. And then that way we could come back and we could tighten the center piece here. And then we should be able to put in the bolts and the nuts back in here, and then we should pretty much be done. One thing I did find out, I got a bad sway bar link, as you guys can see. So it's moving pretty easily on both sides. So I'm gonna be ordering new ones to replace that in another video. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel so you can catch that out too. All right, YouTube, we got everything all bolted back in. We got the sway bar link back in. We got the 2 bolts back here in. We got the bracket back on. A lot of work this job is. It's not something I'd recommend for everybody. Know that you're getting into something pretty time consuming. If you have the right tools, you can do it. Again, you're gonna need power tools. You're gonna need good power tools. We got everything up here all sorted out. I did drop my cap down there. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it. It's all the way down there. See my dust cap? I think that dust cap gone. But yeah, so now we're gonna go ahead and put the rim back on. And as you can see, we ran out of daylight, and but we got to do it all over again on the other side. So hopefully the next side goes easier since we know what to do now. So hopefully we get it done quickly. All right, YouTube, we got this side fully on. We got the wheel back on. Everything's good. We are going to be, we jacked up this other side already, and we are going to dive right into this side. I'm going to do a little time-lapse video for this side. We already got the knuckle off that I showed y'all earlier, and hopefully we can run right through this one and get it done pretty quickly. All right, so we got to the last part. We already got the spring compressed. We got it switched over to the new shock here, new strut, whatever it is. We got the new Corteco piece on the top. This one we did a lot better. It was a lot easier to do because we kind of discovered everything that we needed to do on the first one. The first one took about 4 hours to get out and get back in. This one so far we're about maybe 35 minutes into it, and we're about to have it back in now. So if you know what you're doing and you watch my video, you could probably get this done in 2 hours. But if you dive into it like how I did without any context at all, it's gonna take some time, guys. And you're gonna need a lot of specialized equipment. First thing, specialized equipment, you need your spring compressors. You cannot do this job without a spring compressor. Second thing, you need an impact gun. You cannot do this without an impact gun. You cannot break these suspension parts loose without it. You need hex sockets. You need hex, where are they at? You got the hex sockets so I can show them? Let me see if I can find one so I can show you. You need, first off, special sockets just so that you could get the Mercedes stuff off, because it's not like anybody else's. It's different. And then I'm looking for the other socket. I'll find it and I'll show y'all what it looks like. All right, YouTube, we finally reached the final moments, and right now we are attempting to get the rim back on.
Can't see.
Where the key? You need the key.
That's it?
This is it.
No, is this the right spot?
Yeah.
Okay.
You on the hub. Right? Yeah, you on the hub. Alright, YouTube. Great success. We're going for a test drive now. And I've driven the car about maybe 5 miles so far. And to be honest with y'all, it's night and day difference. Like, I can go over bumps, I barely feel them. The car used to bottom out on a lot of things. As far as like you heard the tire rubbing, that's not happening at all, even in the exact same places where it would do it every single time previously. It's honestly great. It's definitely something that you need to do. The other thing that's greatly improved so far is my braking. My braking is so much better with the front suspension working properly. And the front suspension was really bad. Like one of the shocks in the front, like you couldn't even, when you leaned down on it, it wouldn't even return back to its normal height, because that's like how blown out it was. So the car definitely needed this. Alright YouTube, so if this video helped you, if you like this video, please like it down below, please comment, please subscribe to my channel so you can see more content like this. I did find a couple more issues with the car while I was doing this service. My sway bar links need to be replaced. I'll be replacing those, as well as my front two rotors are not in the best condition. They don't need to be replaced immediately, but they are starting to get grooves and a significant lip, and I'm planning on changing those in the future. So that's 2 more videos that I'll be making, and anything else that I find. I still haven't done the rear suspension yet. It's not terrible yet, but I am going to end up doing it just because I just did the front, and I need the rear to be just as good as the front. I'm really excited about having this car. I'm really excited about continuing to bring y'all content. So again, just like this video, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching. I appreciate every single person that watches my videos. Again, FCP Euro, if you guys are watching, I want to do more videos like this, but I need parts. So if you guys want to sponsor these videos and send me some parts, let me know. Thank you so much. Bye.